So, let's talk about the current state of Disney. Recent times have been a wake-up call because they have failed to maintain the standard that they've been known to have for almost a century now. And even nowadays, with flops like the Marvels that have trash villains and even worse plots, it's hard to say that it's possible to get even worse, but it does. And this isn't the only series with these issues. A perfect example of this is in She-Hulk. It's very well known for its horrible character and plot development, and its biggest issue is that the main character doesn't have to work anywhere near as hard to reach their goals as the predecessor. Like, seriously, who wants to watch a spoiled brat get whatever they want? We already get enough of that in the real world. And another abomination of a film that they released is Madam Web. I seriously want to know who thought it would be a good idea for them to have a Spider-Man related project with main characters that couldn't even shoot a single web, but that's besides the point. This still has all the same issues as the other movies, and they haven't had a big hit movie since Elemental or Encanto. Now, the thing with this is that both of these movies are very good and very well made, but the issue is that they're not long enough content to keep people engaged or wanting to come back to the app. This had many customers concerned and worried on whether or not Disney would ever be able to come back to its glory days, back when they were having some of the best movies ever put to film. Many people believe that these days were completely over and that there would be no hope for Disney or Marvel to ever come back. Now, to everybody's surprise, including my own, Disney had a major comeback with a cartoon from Marvel. Now, if you know anything about Marvel, it's not very well known for its animated shows, but surprisingly it works. X-Men 97 is an incredible continuation that adds some of the old nostalgia while bringing its own flair to it. Now, you may feel like you need to watch some of the original series to catch up, but honestly you don't. This show holds up perfectly fine on its own, but it would be good to get some background information if you feel like it's needed. And a quick sidetrack here, just want to let you guys know, sorry I've been gone for a few days. It's been taking me a while to get this figured out. I had to hop from DaVinci Resolve to CapCut. There's audio issues between each of them, but finally I figured it out. Now, a spoiler alert for anybody who has not watched the show: do not watch past this point of the video, go. So, there's a major change in the beginning of the show. They decided to replace Professor X with Magneto. Yes, this sounds crazy, but it works out, trust me. Apparently, Magneto had a major change in character between now and part 1. He switched from good to evil, but that's not the only change that they've made. There are 2 new X-Men. I have no idea who they are. Morph and Bishop. Who? Maybe you might need to watch the original series, but ain't nobody watching all that, at least right now. All of these quote-unquote changes were definitely needed because they've added to the plot. All of these characters are deeply invested into, and they're way better written than whatever all these other Marvel movies have been doing. Another area where this series shines is the action. It's breathtaking, incredible, engaging. All of these characters go off, and it's actually pretty easy to believe some of the X-Men put together could beat the Avengers. One of my favorite scenes is when the X-Men are outnumbered and they realize they have to call up Storm to come in and fuck shit up. It was crazy. I can't believe it. I believe that it's definitely safe to say that Storm is by far the strongest X-Men. She goes off, she goes hard, she's Black Queen. Let's get more of them out here. Honestly, I'm gonna just let her do her thing real quick. I think it's very safe to say that Storm is extremely OP. I love her, but unfortunately, them powers about to get taken immediately. This shit was a crazy decision, but it was definitely needed.
All around me are familiar faces.
Now, even if you might not like the decision, I think it was very in character of her to put others before herself as a true hero that she is. Even if it was her former enemy, she was going to risk her life for him anyway. This was extremely important for her to deal with because she goes through a major character arc and discovers who she is without her X-Men team, and she also finds a little bit of love along the way. She isn't the only character with a lot of development either. There's a lot of other characters that get developed, but one of them sticks out to me as much as her, and that is Cyclops. As a person who was first introduced to Cyclops by the movies, like everybody else, everyone kind of knows him as a lame background character, but this definitely changes that perspective. But apparently, for people who read the comics, that's been the case for years. The movies apparently ruined him. He's been that guy forever. I guess Marvel decided it was about that time to put some respect on this man's name, and I'm glad they did it. He also gets more development in the Cable plotline, but that comes down later. He's still getting cut by Wolverine though. I can't believe this man. He out here tending to his wife, giving her that loving while her man's out at work. She definitely about to find out why they call him the Wolverine. No cap. And one last thing before I leave. That last episode was crazy as hell, boy. Oh, we about to get into this real quick. This shit was insane, man. Everybody was dying. Gambit dead. Professor X alive, man. Oh yeah, and if you was watching this when you was supposed to leave, this your dumbass fault for watching the spoilers. Got you, dumbass.
The way you move, the way you feel.
One kiss is all it takes.
Falling in love with me.
Fucking shit, I'm on the fucking screen.